We are back again at Sheer Rocks for our Tuesday chat, and today I will be talking about the impact of tourism on the real estate market in Antigua.
Fantastic. I look forward to hearing all about it.
Just as a sort of an introduction to start with, as we all know, the Caribbean is known for crystal clear waters, white sand beaches, a sort of rich culture, laid back attitude, and the economy is primarily tourism driven. And obviously that tourism has a significant impact on the real estate market. So I just want to talk a bit about how tourism does affect the real estate market and how that impact affects property values and the churn of properties within the market. Antigua's tourism market has been on the rise for several years, with over 1 million visitors arriving on the island in 2019. As a result, the demand for real estate has massively skyrocketed over the last 5 or 6 years. And the influx of high net worth individuals has led to significant development of high-end properties and villas across the island. And that has meant that certain properties are selling upwards of $25 million. It doesn't mean that the bottom of the market has disappeared. It just means that there is a lot going on and there is a lot of construction. Antigua has a lot of greenfield sites and developments ongoing, which are still in prime positions. And beachfront, cliffside, really the sort of epitome of Caribbean. I mean, we're sitting here at Sheer Rocks. We've got West Coast views. And as we look down the coast, we can see there is a lot of undeveloped land parcels, which obviously in the future will have development on them. So there is a lot of development occurring, and the tourism market is really fueling that development of real estate. Another factor that's driving the real estate market is the government's efforts to attract foreign direct investment. There is the Citizenship by Investment program, which is designed to allow people or non-nationals to become nationals of Antigua and Barbuda. So they have all the rights for citizen, they have an Antiguan passport, which for certain people is very beneficial depending on what their country of origin is. So for example, if you have limited travel capability with your passport, an Antiguan passport is visa-free access to approximately 140 countries across the world, which makes it a very strong passport from a Commonwealth country. So that gives people who have those passports real flexibility in how they want to travel. Likewise, those passports do allow, depending on where you're from, certain tax benefits. So if you wish to become non-resident of your own country, for example, if you were living in the UK, and you become a citizen of Antigua, and you then decide to spend 9 months or more here, that can really change your taxation in the UK. So there are a number of benefits of citizenship, and the government is really driving these options to try to bring in foreign direct investment into Antigua.
Do you think that the pound at the moment is affecting purchasing in Antigua from the UK side?
Most definitely. That was actually going to be my next point. So as the pound weakens, the market has been 60 to 65% originating from the UK. Now, as the pound gets weaker, and at some points it was dropping to 1.2 US and 1.1. Now that has a significant impact on people's total cost when they're buying a property. If you think it has been as high as $2 US to the pound. Now in that situation, because we are a US pegged market, so although we work with the Eastern Caribbean dollar, there are 2.7 EC dollars to the US dollar. And because that is fixed, we are in effect a US dollar market. So the weakness in the pound has had an impact. So what we're seeing is British vendors in Antigua are keen to sell because they're getting more money, but British buyers are not so keen. So we do have an advantage in the fact that our source markets are North America and predominantly UK. The advantage of that is the weakness of the pound doesn't affect the North American market. So effectively, we still get a good number of buyers from the US, and we get a number of very willing buyers from the UK, because obviously they're getting more pounds for their US dollars, so they're very keen to sell. So we've got some very motivated sellers. So for Canadians and US citizens, it's a great time to buy when the pound drops. So if you're a North American based potential purchaser, one thing that's worth doing is watching the exchange rate, the GBP US dollar exchange rate, because if you do that, you can see when a good time may be to put an offer on a property which is owned by a British person. So, and because a lot of our property is owned by UK residents, they will be highly motivated to sell. So that it's not necessarily related purely to tourism, but it does have that impact on it. And likewise, we are also seeing that UK nationals with the weak pound are less inclined to come on holiday. So they're less inclined to come on holiday simply because the cost of flights, etc., again, it's a US dollar market here. Everything has become proportionally more expensive for UK nationals to get to Antigua and enjoy a holiday.
On the positive side, there are lots more flights coming from Canada and America. They've just started Frontier and JetBlue. So even though, we're having less people come from the UK, we're having more people traveling from the States and from Canada.
Yeah, it's not all bad. And it's not all bad for UK residents either. And it doesn't mean you shouldn't buy if you're a UK resident. What it does mean is that the upfront costs will be higher in proportion to what they were for UK residents. However, on the flip side of that, your rental income will be proportionally higher because the pound is weak, the dollar is strong. So therefore, any income you do get, you're going to get more pounds. And likewise, your investment is in US dollars. So your capital gain on your property, should you sell, is going to be significantly higher if the pound is weak. So there's two sides to the coin, and there are benefits and there are, I suppose, pros and cons for UK nationals as well as US nationals.
Do you think right now is a good time to buy?
So in summary, the impact of tourism on the real estate industry is significant. So the tourism market drives the interest in real estate. However, one thing that's quite significant is the fact that when the tourism market was 100% dead, virtually, the real estate market did not disappear and properties did not start dropping in value. In fact, they didn't drop in value at all. If anything, they probably increased in value because people realized that although you're not allowed to travel for holiday purposes, you are allowed to travel to a second home. So although the tourism market pushes and drives the real estate market, it doesn't have a direct correlation to when the tourism market goes up, it will have an impact and push it up. If the tourism market drops, rather interestingly, it seems to have zero effect. So yes, they are related, but they are not mutually exclusive, as it were.
So thank you very much, Sam. I'm glad to know the property market is still going strong. We look forward to seeing you again on our next Tuesday chat. If you'd liked our videos, please click the link below and to watch more videos. See you again soon.